Let's get to the best player on the field in the spring. It really shouldn't be a surprise. He was an all-pro last year. Christian Gonzalez was unbelievable. I mean, he's everywhere. He's moving really well. He's tracking the ball well. Remember, this is his first full NFL offseason because he was a rookie. And then last year he was rehabbing after the season-ending injury. So he clearly put the work in. It shows. What's the jump for Christian Gonzalez? He's already an all-pro, right? There already is the discussion of, is he one of the best corners in the game? Is he one of the 5 best corners in football? What's the jump from that? Is he the best corner in football? And, the line set there. It's Pat Surtain, somebody who he's talked about, who he's studied. Am I telling you he's going to be better than Pat Surtain based off a couple spring practices? No. But, he looks like he's going to go to another level, and another level starts to put him in that conversation.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, he was second team All-Pro, right? Surtain was first team. Is it only one cornerback that gets first team? Surtain and who else? Who was the other guy?
I think it was Stingley.
Derek, I think that's right. Yeah. No, he should definitely be in that first team All-Pro conversation. He could be in the conversation for best corner in the league. Surtain, great player. Derek Stingley, great player. Both high drafted guys. But I don't think they're necessarily slam dunks to be, the best cornerback in the league. I think Christian Gonzalez should be in that conversation. And you mentioned it, obviously his rookie season was cut short, had that whole recovery. And so his last year's offseason was a little wonky for him. Now he has a full offseason. He's got a better coach to work with, Mike Vrabel. And so I think he's being turned loose a little bit. It feels like he's making more plays on the ball. And I already know him as a guy that can sort of mirror a receiver and sort of, blanket him coverage wise. And so I think he's got a chance to be in that first team All-Pro best corner in the league conversation. He probably does have to rack up a few interceptions, unless you're talking 2009 Darrelle Revis level.
So unless he's
coverage.
The greatest corner of all time.
Unless you're talking about that level of coverage where you don't need to make any interceptions to be the best corner in the league. But I think he's got to make some plays. But he's been making plays in camp. That was a great play yesterday to reel in that catch with one hand. And so that's not an easy play for a cornerback to make. And so yeah, he looks great. And we all know how important that elite coverage corner can be in any defense. And so if the pass rush is as good as I think they can be, and then you got Gonzalez, wiping out the number one receiver on the back end, this defense got a chance to be really good.
So real quick, last year was Surtain and Stingley first team, McDuffie and Gonzalez were second team.
McDuffie, that's the guy.
Yeah. But I mean, if we're just talking boundary corner, McDuffie kind of moves around. It's those three pretty clearly. You mentioned the pass rush and the on-ball production. So it's the pass rush is going to help. And then Carlton Davis, who looked good, is going to help because it's not just going to be default. We can't throw at Gonzalez because Carlton Davis isn't exactly a scrub. That guy's a top 20 corner in football on the other side. And then Marcus Jones in the slot is a good player. And we might see them try some bigger slot corners. Alex Austin, maybe they go after Jalen Ramsey if he gets cut. But that would be something. But,
I don't love Ramsey at this point, but go on.
Well, but if you move him into the slot,
I guess maybe, yeah.
Where you don't have to rely on that long speed and it's more quickness and instincts. A lot of guys have had successful second half of their careers by either moving into the slot or moving to safety. I'm just saying. I don't like him I don't like the personality. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't change.
Right.
Sometimes it does. But no, Gonzalez is going to have more opportunities, I think, to make plays on the football. We saw his ball skills this spring. I mean, the Patriots tweeted out the clip of the Gonzalez interception, so it wasn't in a period where we could film, but the team obviously films the little practice.
I was trying to freeze frame us in the background there.
I found myself. Taylor Kyles is the best reaction. His jaw literally drops. But if you want to go watch it, I mean, so I'm standing right there, and I kind of had to remind myself for a second that the ball wasn't thrown to Gonzalez. It was just so smooth. It looked so effortless the way he went up and got the football. So things are trending. Drake May, obviously, by nature of playing the quarterback position, is the most important piece of this whole puzzle from a player standpoint. But you could argue Christian Gonzalez is the best thing the Patriots have going for them right now. That's a guy that plays a premium position. He's playing at an incredibly high level. He's a young guy. He's going to be the highest paid corner in football about a year from now.
Yeah, I think so.
Just tremendous player, and it looks like he might be going to another level.
Yeah, that's saying something, right? Because just based on how some of these pass rushers have looked, how they've looked up front on defense, the fact that Christian Gonzalez is almost outshining those guys is a great sign for him. And so looks real good.
Anything else on the defense?
Well, yeah, like we haven't gotten into details on the pass rush. Like
Yeah.
I really liked the way they looked in those team drills where they were sort of overwhelming the offensive line. I think they have, first of all, they have the talent. I think Christian Barmore's looked great. He looks like he's a little leaner than we've used to seeing. So it looks like he's ready to be a little more aggressive.
And let's just say, sorry to cut you off. Let's just say with Barmore was out there, didn't appear to be any limitations, any sort of restrictions. Like you wouldn't know just watching practices that this was a guy that went through a serious medical event less than a year ago.
No, absolutely not. And our guy Luke wrote it up. Luke Graham wrote it about it at 985thesportsup.com. He said he's got the green light to go on the season. So
really incredible, and just on a human level, very happy for him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
blood clots are scary. That loves playing football, and he's out there and able to do it. But and to your point, not just out there without restrictions, but looked really good.
Yeah, absolutely. And Milton Williams is another one. Like I feel like those guys together have a chance to really wreak havoc on the interior. Keon White has looked really good. It looks like he's adding moves to his arsenal as a pass rusher.
And they're moving him around too.
And they're moving everybody around. Like that's what's really been striking about it. And like we've seen these guys like Christian Ellis coming down and playing on the edge, and like Harold Landry's playing mostly on the edge, but he's been aggressive, and like that first step quickness, that one gap aggressive style. Like we're really not used to seeing that. And they've switched guys up at the line too. We've seen guys like swapping spots. Like it feels like they're really going to hunt mismatches. Guys are going to be really confused. A lesser quarterback might be confused by what he's seeing. And so like the confusion and the guys moving around, plus the aggression off the snap, like they're really going to get after quarterbacks this year, I think. So like I feel really good about that part of the team.
It's going to be really fun, not to look too far ahead, but like assuming Will Campbell pans out at left tackle, right? Okay, so now you have your left tackle, you have your top corner, you obviously have your quarterback. We go into next year, like we'll see what happens at right tackle with Morgan Moses, right? Maybe Caden Wallace develops, but like the top two needs pretty clearly are number one wide receiver. And now if Kyle Williams blows us out of the water, then this is really fun. And then edge rusher. Like they have two elite interior guys. And look, Landry's good. Caleb Von Chason is a solid player, but it kind of reminds me of the wide receiver position where you have good complementary pass rushers, but you don't have that coverage dictator on the edge. You could say that Barmore and Williams are that guy inside, but it's different when that guy's on the outside. It's harder to game plan for.
And I like Swinson, the guy they drafted out of LSU. He might have been a little underdrafted, falling into the 5th round. But he's not a guy that like you can bank on to be that high end pass rusher. He's
a project. Yeah. So next year, right? If things pan out, which who knows what they will, but like if things pan out and they go into the draft next year, which looks to be a solid edge class, and they can add that number one guy to this unit, they're really
we're cooking.
You're right. You're still gonna have Gonzalez. You're still gonna have Davis. Now it's gonna get really fun. Now you're talking about scary hours with that group. So
right. So like we talk about like there's two sides to the coin when it comes to the offensive line versus the defensive line. Yes, I'm concerned about how the offensive line is going to look when they have to face a good, talented, explosive pass rush. Patriots feel like they have one of those good, talented, explosive pass rushers. And so that's going to be, I think it's going to be very important for them to really excel in that area, because I feel like they still have questions on the offense. We don't know what Drake May is going to look like if Drake May doesn't really take that big leap.
No, even if he does, the defense is going to have to set the tone.
Yeah, they're going to set the tone. That's going to be the sort of the identity of the team, I think. Like, hopefully Drake May can take that big step forward. But even if he doesn't, like, if they have to still work through those issues and it's still more of a developmental year for that unit, like, the defensive front is going to carry the team, I think.